All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again here at the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame Induction Inaugural Weekend. This is host Matthew Blittner, joined now by Pat LaFontaine, Islander legend, Sabres legend, Rangers legend, former NHL executive. Pat, you've done it all. What does it mean to you to be part of the inaugural class of the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame?
Well, thanks, Matt. It's an honor. It's a tremendous honor. I guess it's actually extra special since I think I'm the only guy that's played for just the 3 pro teams.
It's very possible.
Yeah, no, I think there's 4 guys that played, but they also played for other teams. The only 3 teams I played for, the Islanders, the Sabres, and the Rangers. So I always said I'm an all New York State kind of guy. So, and I married, my wife's from Long Island, and so New York is home. So it's fitting, but it's a tremendous honor.
It is indeed an honor for you, and your name's been coming up lately in hockey. There's been some long overtime games last couple of years. Tampa had their long 5 overtime game 2 years ago. The Rangers had a triple overtime game about 2 weeks ago. We now know what the pressure is like on goaltenders in those games, but we don't really know what it's like for the game winners, the guys who score those goals. You scored the goal in the Easter Epic some almost 40-something years ago right now, that in the 4th overtime. What do you remember, not about the goal itself, but the War of Attrition, and because that's got to be the same generation to generation.
Yeah, it was actually 35 years ago this year, and we were down, people forget, we were down 3-1. Very similar to what the Rangers went through here when they were down 3-1 to Pittsburgh. So, and back then it was a lot harder to kind of come back. So I remember game 5 and game 6, and then forcing the game 7. And then I remember Brian Trottier scoring with 5 minutes to go and having momentum. And everyone, who's going to be the hero? It's Islander tradition. We're gonna win this in overtime. But I would have never known it was going to go into 4 overtimes, 2 o'clock in the morning, 75 shots to 57 shots, and I'd have the chance to just take a shot and hope that it hit the net, because at that time Kelly Rudy and Bob Mason, it was like they were seeing beach balls. But then if they saw the puck, they were going to save it. And fortunately enough, Dale Henry was screening Bob Mason, who was a teammate of mine in the Olympics, 3 years earlier. And I heard the post, I turned around, shot, heard the post, and then it was a delay, and then everybody kind of saw Bob Mason dropped his knee, and then it was just pure elation. And but it is attrition. It's a war of attrition, and you have to stay healthy. And it's the greatest trophy. I mean, it's 2 months of being a warrior and being a teammate and trying to stay healthy. But great memories. Indeed,
they are. And now to more of what you're doing today. Obviously, we mentioned you worked at the National Hockey League. Just said you are now doing some consulting work. And if I recall correctly, there was either a beer or a wine line that you had with the See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil monkeys. Yeah. How's that going?
3 monkeys. So that's for the Companions and Courage Foundation. We build high-tech interactive game rooms in children's hospitals in North America. We built over 20 of them, and we impact about 50,000 kids, 55,000 kids a year through these really cool playrooms in children's hospitals. But one of the things we do is I've always loved wine, and 3 Monkeys, which was See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil. Frank Belizzi, we were just talking about him on the way up here. In fact, Jimmy Johnson, who's the executive director, drove up with me to the event tonight. We do a wine called Pinot Line, and it's the red line. 3 of anything in hockey is a line, the production line, the gag line. So I'd originally put helmets on the monkeys, and then the monkey in the middle, no pun intended, had the number 16 on the helmet. And then I tasted the wine, I said, they're going to laugh at this. And we ended up putting that little logo on the back with the 3 monkeys and the helmets. And we actually put the red line, and we called it Pinot Line, with the red line face-off circle. And it's Russian River Pinot Noir, and we sell out, and all the money goes, 100% goes to the kids in the hospital.
That's a wonderful cause, and it takes a lot of work, but obviously you are a great man to do these things. You want to spread your wealth, your ability to help people, and we now know that along with the golden heart is also a wonderful brain in this. So what do you think of what's going on in the NHL in these playoffs, and give us the insight. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup? We're only in round 2, but
yeah,
you've been there. Who's winning the cup?
Well, what I would say is this year more than any year I can remember, you could have picked 10 out of the 16 teams. I would say any one of those teams. There's so much parity. It's such a great league. I think you have to give a favor to Tampa before somebody knocks them off. So Tampa Bay, just because of their experience, their grit, and they're the defending champions. And then I'm looking right now at their. I mean, I originally thought the Avalanche, St. Louis, and Calgary were three teams that I thought would come out. And I always said the three teams. I actually picked the Carolina Hurricanes and the Rangers. So I'm pretty close on the last 6 to 8 teams, but I think you got to give a nod to Tampa. Although St. Louis has won before, and the Avalanche are on the cusp of wanting to have a chance to win. So, you know, I'm a New York kind of guy. I got to say, I hope the Rangers do well because I played for the Rangers.
Well, they're playing right now. The game's on the TV right now, and I believe they're up 1-0.
It's 1-0. So, being from New York, you have to root for the New York teams when you're not. You know, the Islanders and the Sabres aren't in, so you got to root for New York. So, and Gerard Gallant was my line mate in junior. He was my left wing for the Verdun Juniors. So I'm happy for him.
Were you calling him Turk back then, or was that something later?
We called him Turk back then. Before he was Turk as a junior hockey player. Before he was a pro Turk. But great coach, great guy. I'm happy for him. And you know, there's no better 2 months in hockey than the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well said, Pat. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Congrats on going into the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame. And we wish you, your foundation, and your family all the best.
Thanks, Matt. It's an honor. Thanks so much.